Let's see. Okay. So we're gonna be doing SAT practice 4. I already started it, so I did like 3 questions, and then I realized I should probably stream it just for like educational purposes, so I can have it documented, so I can see my thought process. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna hopefully get higher than a 1470 because that is what I got on my last SAT. I'm right, and that's what I got on my last SAT. Oh, I'm not trying to sign in on stream, so whatever. I think I got a 1470 on the last SAT practice. I'm not gonna be checking chat because I'm gonna be logged in, but we're gonna check out chat after that. If you guys have any questions about specific questions, let me know, and I'll see if I can even remember them because I always forget. But we'll see if I can answer the questions that you guys have. For the math section, I might not get around to finishing all of that because I want a bit of a schedule, but we'll see how far we get. But I'll definitely get done with reading, and we'll definitely get done with like at least parts of the first math section. So I'm gonna check phone real quick. Elias, I don't know if you're in here yet, but when you are in here, you'll see the thing on top. All right, so maybe I should have made this a unlisted video or whatever. I don't really know. Yeah. Okay. All right. I want to check if this thing's actually streaming. Oh shoot. What time you went to take the SAT on your first attempt? August. I didn't take it in August. I took it in September, and I went at like 8, and it lasted until like I want to say 12. So that's how long it took. I didn't go in. I did not go in. Did not go in August though. I don't know. Is my mic working though? Can y'all hear me? I'm pretty sure y'all can hear me. Yeah. All right. So it's Genghis, bro. Okay. All right. So we're gonna get started. All right. Here we go. So according to the text, why would a helicopter be built for Earth be unable to fly on Mars? Why would a helicopter be? Okay. Its blades are longer and can rotate faster than those of helicopters same size built for Earth. Because Mars and Earth have different atmospheric conditions. That's probably going to be the answer. Um, well, actually, too large to work on Mars. It's because of gravity force. Okay, so okay, the air of Mars would not provide enough. Yeah, it's definitely the atmospheric thing. Which choice best states the main idea of the text? In West Africa, jails have traditionally been keepers of information and family histories. Oh, Jolly, sorry. Records report where they always stories. Okay. You know, some changes in the role of Jolly continue to preserve the community's histories. Sounds about right. Definitely not this one. Definitely not this one. Definitely not this one. Okay, yeah. Following is text like, which best says main idea? Okay. The rest of mankind is nothing to themselves. It's called a turtle. And two from Ride on the long expected raft. Buck refused to notice them until he close the door to it. I'm a bit confused. Like, we're gonna come back because I don't know. Okay, so black folk music. Me and mine. Unexpected sense of cultural recognition. So I'm gonna go with B here. North Ondo Central. Okay, so percentage of Ondo State's small scale farmers who are female by main crop grown. So cereal, root crops, non-root vegetables. It looks like there's more women who grow non-root vegetables in all the regions. Let's farmers in 3 locations, which has mountainous terrain in the north and an urbanized center, and coastal terrain in the south. To learn more about their practices. Some regions, female farmers were found to be especially prominent in the culture as cropping and cultivated. Majority of farmers who cultivated. For instance, most of the farmers who mainly cultivated cereals, and most of the farmers who mainly cultivated non-vegetables in South Ondo were women. In the South Ondo, was that most percentage? As a percentage of total? No, because the cereals, they aren't most. Yeah. More women in Central Ondo mainly cultivated root crops and mainly cultivated cereals. Central Ondo mainly cultivated root crops, which that's not right. That's 2 of them gone. Most of the farmers in the mainly cultivated non-root vegetables and harvests. Women north and south mainly cultivated non-root vegetables. Those look like that's to be true. This is also true, so which one's better? In some regions, female farmers are found to be especially prominent in the cultivation of specific types of crops and even constitute the majority of farmers who cultivate these crops. I'll go with C on this one because it aligns with the sentence more. Scott one of the Scott Fitzgerald's writing more likely influenced by part of this. Those are primarily views out as an interaction risk. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense because she also wrote books and they're misrepresenting her contribution to literature as a whole. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. Herbivorous. Increase plant production. Yeah, this makes sense because this whole thing is just talking about how, oh, this part's saying the claim, and this part is basically disproving it. The claim was that they depended on carbon dioxide to like evolve to get bigger, but they actually didn't. So they didn't depend on it. So, known for a massive photoexchange figures floating. Oh, this is just grammar. So since the comma here, it needs to be a comma there, so you can't switch up your things. And known for her massive, yeah, so this is like a preparatory phrase or whatever it's called. Separates here. So yeah, this makes sense. Alright, more grammar. In 12th century temple of Angkor, when he noticed markings of red paint on temple walls, comma, because there's a comma here, and this is all one phrase. With the help of digital imaging techniques, he discovered the okay. The markings suggest that it's one sentence. I want to say it's one sentence, and usually you never have a period as an answer on the SAT. So I'm gonna still stick with the comma, mostly because this is also a comma here. But I think it could be this, so we're gonna come back to this. Which choice compares? Okay, more grammar. To the extent to which individual snow grains. Okay, well, grains is just possessive of physical properties, just the physical properties of the grains or the snow grains. So this makes sense in this way. Yeah, keep going with that. Yeah, because it's a plural, and if it's a plural possessive, then the apostrophe goes after the s. National parks prioritize physical improvements of the parks rather than utilities of employee housing and visitors. So I'm gonna say it's a semicolon here because this is a pretty complex list, but I'm low-key a little rusty on my grammar, so I'm not quite sure if this semicolon is correct. It's definitely not and. It's definitely not just parks. So it's one of these two. I'm gonna say it's semicolon, but we can come back to this one too. Park is ever in the United States when it's numerous black women's clubs. One of the club's leaders was is singular. This is singular. And it's also in the past. It's not current. Yep. So yeah, that makes sense. Recently discovered that cephalopods. This is not correct because that doesn't make sense. Just pause there. Cephalopods, ocean dwellers that include. Doesn't make sense because that if it's a normal colon, it has to be an independent clause after, and that is not an independent clause. This could work. This has no ending comma, so I'm gonna go with this. Predicts that the rate of speech. We can ignore all this, by the way. We can ignore all that. A model created by Luce on an isolated island approximately 500 kilometers from the to be predicts that the thing predicts blank to be triple the speciation on an island. I don't. It's definitely not being. It's definitely not happen. It's between will be or to be. Since this is a prediction, I'm gonna go with will be. Triple the speciation on an island. Oh no, because to be because it's comparing these for an island of 50 kilometers, 500 kilometers away compared to 5,000. I'm gonna go to be. Triple the rate of speciation. I'm just trying to say it, but I think I might come back to this one too. I have a lot of review here to do. Oh my god. Okay. Which choice completes the text with the most logical transition? So this is also still grammar, kind of. Says the background research conducts on destinations featured in a travel book to be its own reward. By contrast, McFerrin omits to find. Oh, this isn't grammar. Likewise, because these are kind of the same thing. They both appreciate the background research. Yeah. And this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. This could make sense, but they agree, so no. This is now just notes. These are questions are usually pretty easy. You just have to look at this and then make what sense is. Usually you want to read the answers first. So author settings include both 20th century. Wait, what does he want to do? Most effective use of language. Introduce the novel to an audience already familiar with the author. Okay. This is in addition. So this isn't really talking about the novel. No, this is also rear away from the novel itself. This doesn't even mention the novel, so sometimes you don't have to read the notes for these, but I will read them anyways. Yeah, so this one actually uses the notes, so yeah, it's good. Present the study and its findings. So present the study means you actually have to name the study, and then also talk about what happened in the study. So this doesn't present the results. This doesn't name the study, or like at least the study name, like the actual person's name. This just says the process, not the actual findings. Again, kind of similar to that first one. This makes sense. Few growth lines relative to bones of fully grown pterosaurs. Okay, yeah. So sometimes you don't have to look at the notes, like I said, but I'm going to look at them again. So this doesn't answer the prompt at all. What it says study and its finding, that's like the actual, this is like before the study even had findings. So this is a process right here, or this right here is the process, and this is the findings, which this is the only one that mentions this bullet point, so that's why this one's right. Okay. Introduce the novel with an audience that does not know the author. So similar to that first one we just did, but this one they actually don't know the author. So there you go. This one actually introduces the author in 1956, Trinidadian author. So gives a little information. One of the most celebrated novels. It's about a group of men who immigrate. This one seems like it's gonna be the right answer. This one doesn't introduce the author, so you really can't tell. And it also talks about a different novel. Celebrated novel. This one doesn't even mention the author. Well, I guess it does, but it does not mention his name. But it says introduce Samuel Sullivan. It actually says his name here. Again, doesn't really talk about the novel. It doesn't introduce them, so it's gonna be this one. Student wants a similarity between the two turtle species. So this is different. Emphasize similarity between the two turtle species. So it has to mention both the turtle species. Among the 7 species is the olive, which, okay, this doesn't mention the 2. It mentions all of them, but it doesn't only specifically mentions 1. Okay, maybe, because it does mention both, but it needs to be a similarity, so no. Both the Kempsuits and the olive relief sea turtle can be found in it, so that's a similarity right there, so that's probably going to be right. Are different species, it's not comparing them, not giving a similarity. It does use both of them though, but it's definitely going to be C. Okay, summarize the study. So this one I'm actually going to read these notes because it's going to be hard to just do it without the notes. Study the effect of wind on success. So it's the aim of the study. They found as wind conditions tend to burning more intense, so it makes this landing. Okay. Okay, so it's just talking about how wind affects these birds' ability to land in their nests. 2019 study. Just from Ukraine. Summarize the study, so it wants everything: aim, purpose, all the way up to conclusion. This one makes the most comprehensive sense because study of Ox's success in landing at the close-side nesting, that's like the aim, and then it shows the conclusion as well. So I'm going to go with the students get the following notes. Prize in literature. So introduce the novel to an audience unfamiliar with the novel and the author. So this one doesn't really do anything here. Paradise. Oh wait, this one actually introduces the novel here. First top sentence was written by this guy. Winner of the 20th. This kind of introduces. So this one doesn't really go that into detail. This one only talks about the author, so I'm gonna go with this one. It's the most balanced. Let's go back to number 9. Let me actually try to read this now. Oh, I didn't realize he was a sled dog. That really helps. Always read this part. Yeah, that's pretty easy if you just look back on it. You just have to actually read it to get that one. Let's go back to this one. This is before I started streaming, but I bookmarked it just in case. So I was talking about like time traveler journey, haphazard, protagonist ricocheting chaotically, haphazard, or kind of hand in hand, premeditated. Doesn't really make sense. Inspirational doesn't. So does fruitless could, but this chaotically makes me want to go with haphazard here. So I'm gonna stick with my answer originally. Okay, this is all before I started streaming. Some economic historians surmised, which means like predicted, that late 19th and early 20th century households in the United States experienced an economy of scale. Economy of scale meaning that the bigger, the more you spend when it came to food purchases. So they thought large households spend less food per person than small houses. Oh, the opposite of what I just said. Sorry. Economist Trevin Logan showed, however, that a close-up availability disproves the supposition. Supposition, surmise are kind of, or surmisation is a prediction. Supposition is also kind of a prediction. So it makes sense to have surmise there. I think that makes sense. Questions would mean that they don't believe that, which would align with what this guy's saying, so it wouldn't make sense in the whole context. Contrived is kind of iffy. I'm not quite sure what it would mean in the context. Kind of like a purpose. Regretted doesn't make sense. So I'm going to stick with surmised. Don't need to review this one again. 15. So the grammar is always hard to get right. So in 2010, archaeologist Noel Hidalgo's hand was visiting the 12th century. Part of an elaborate mural containing over 200 paintings. So let's see if this can work as an independent sentence. With the help of digital imaging techniques, he discovered the markings to be part of an elaborate mural containing over 200 paintings. The word he kind of makes it not work as an independent sentence. I know it can, but not really how the SAT kind of does it from what I've gone through. So I'm going to still stick with my original answer, which is the comma. These ones don't make sense at all. So, you need to have a pause here because then it'd just be a really long run-on sentence. I mean, it kind of is a run-on sentence if I keep this in here. So it's a bit different, but This one's actually kind of still stumping me. I'm gonna circle back to it again. Yeah. So it's between parks, semicolon, and parks with the column or the comma. So semicolon, the thing after it has to be independent. So it prioritized physical improvements of the parks road. Is that independent though? Let's see. Does that clause look independent right there? It uses the word it, not an actual noun. It uses a pronoun. So it can. He jumped across the lake. That's its sentence. It prioritized physical improvements of the parks, road, utilities, employee housing, and visitor facilities. Also, establishing educational programming for the public. Also, is the sentence. So I think, yeah, I'll keep it as a semicolon right there. Hope I don't get that one wrong. We'll come back to you again. 20 to be or will be. I don't really see questions like this a lot, so it's a bit hard for me to pick a right one here. Will be to be. Um, so predicts that the rate of speciation on an isolated island from the nearest mainland will be triple the rate of speciation on an island to be. I think will be kind of just sounds better. Sometimes you just have to go with gut feeling. I think it's gonna be will be. We'll see at the end of this if this was the right call or if it's actually to be. It's definitely not these two though. I hope it actually is this one. Let's go back to 15. So when you have two commas kind of smushing together one clause, which would be like, just imagine I have this right here with the help of digital imaging techniques. You have to be able to remove that from the sentence and have it make sense. So wet, anchor, wet. When he noticed the markings of red paint on the temple, he discovered the markings to be. That doesn't really make sense. So actually gonna go with the period. You rarely ever see periods be the answer. So that's why I'm kind of iffy on this being the answer, but I think it makes sense. So with 5 minutes left, we're gonna go through everything. All right. So this one's pretty easy. It's just words. Selection terms didn't hinder. All make sense. They didn't misrepresent sense. So critics believe customers will never agree to pay to pick on their own produce farms, but that didn't dismay this guy from promoting the practice. Misrepresent, aggregate, enhance. So yeah, that makes sense. This one's just kind of easy. Typically, they adhere to the bronze brass casting techniques, but they don't strictly observe our tradition. So adhere to and they don't strictly observe our tradition means like it's kind of a contrast. So keep it in mind. We already went over this. Single cell organisms may not be limited to rudimentary because they're usually just floating around. This one's all saying that they can adapt to their environment, which is not rudimentary, so they're not limited to rudimentary behaviors. Aggressive, involving, and advantageous behaviors doesn't really make sense. We already went over this. Just gotta look at the context. So the human machine had to be removed sooner or later. Talking about why they had to remove this machine that they're using. It was too expensive and it wasn't effective because it no longer just substitute the word in here. It no longer explains the requirements, rebutes the requirements, defends the requirements, fulfills makes no sense. We went over this. This one's kind of just comprehension. Helicopters are built too small to handle the conditions on Mars. Doesn't explicitly say that. Doesn't talk about gravity. Doesn't say they are. Does say that they're built larger, but it's not the direct reason. It's because of the actual air. This one's the first one we did. So look at this last sentence. Continue to be valid for knowing, protecting their people's stories, preserve their communities' histories. Same wording, or same thing, different wording. Talk about this one. This one, a little tricky because the answer is just so long, but it's definitely this one because it uses one by one or stirred me strangely. It's an unexpected sense of cultural recognition. Stirred me strangely. Came out of the south unknown to me. Unknown, strangely, unexpected. And yet at once I knew them as of me and of mine. So cultural recognition. This last part is fulfilling that in unexpected sense is the whole first half, so that it all makes sense there. This one is just kind of like make sure you pick the ones that are true. So get rid of everything that's not like factually true, and then whichever one lines up most with this last sentence here, which is this one because most and majority, that kind of lines up, and this is true but not really relevant to what it's saying here. Okay, this one makes sense because scholars risk misrepresenting the full range of Zelda's contributions to literature because they're just limiting her to being an inspiration for Fitzgerald, F. Scott Fitzgerald. So the argument makes sense here. So yeah, I'm talking about Zelda as a writer in her own right, but this talks about F. Scott. This one talks about F. Scott, and this one talks about F. Scott, where they're actually talking about Zelda here. So now we have a minute left. Probably not gonna get to finish all of these, but we're gonna start speeding through these. All right. This one, this one's just reading comprehension. You just gotta read that. Make sure you know what it's saying. This one's grammar, so since there's a comma here, you gotta use a comma there. You can't use anything else that separates them. Or let me see. Actually, I'm glad I caught this because known for her massive photorealistic paints of acne. Yeah, no, there's no comma here because it's not separating. This is one sentence right here. This is the preparatory phrase, so there's actually no comma here. So I'm sorry, I did miss that. I'm glad I went through these. That's why it's important you can go through these things again. But there's no comma there. This one we went through. This one's easy. It's just plural possessive. Parks, we went through this. Was, it's in the past. This one uses a comma, but it doesn't end with a comma, so it doesn't make sense. So this whole thing is this by itself, and then this makes sense. Will be, we went over that. Likewise, that's comma, and then boom, we're out of time. So, whoa. Wait, I just lost a couple seconds there. I was gonna check chat, see if anything happened. Why, are you serious? 15? Oh yeah, you're doing it. That's fine. You're doing this long week. Wait, why do you think I got 15 wrong? Or is it the one I just got changed? That I just changed? Walls. Yeah, I changed that to period, right? Because I think it makes sense like that. Are you? But yeah, I think I changed it to the right answer there. Because what's it called? I think it just makes sense for it to be like that. I don't know, this typically isn't what you do in the normal SAT, where you compare answers to the people after each section, but for the sake of practice, So that one was overall wasn't too bad. I think I might have got one or two wrong total. I don't know though, especially after I think I might have gotten the which one? Oh, which one was it that I thought I got wrong? I don't even remember. See, I already forgot, but I feel like I might have got one wrong. Yeah, I did change the one to number 15. If you think about the walls with one, I changed it to period. If that's what you think is the right answer, then I agree with you on that. So let's go do module 2 now. I'm gonna lock in. You should do it. Yes, we're gonna get through this. All right, let's go. Now this is gonna be another English one. This one isn't too different from the first one because on the actual SAT, it adapts. So it's gonna change as you do the test. So module 2 would be harder if I did well in this module 1, but they're gonna be constant here. So this is why you end up scoring a higher score on the practice ones than you do on the actual test. So what we're shooting for here is a 1500 maybe. All right, let's go. I'm gonna go with novel here because less benign means that there's more extreme, and novel kind of means like, you know, new and like, small and kind of like, deceptive doesn't really make sense because deceptive stimuli is kind of a weird phrase. Impractical stimuli doesn't make sense. Innocuous, honestly don't know. Not quite sure what that word means. So we're actually gonna come back to this one later. Oh, they're using big words now. Huh? New and interesting research is inspired by their observation that though there have been many studies of the effect of high altitude on blood chemistry, there is a verisimilitude in effect studies of the effect of blood chemistry on motivation. Okay, so that though there is a okay, this one's a bit hard. Inspired by the observation that though there have been many studies in the many studies. Contrast, there's been many studies. There has to be a small amount of studies about blood chemistry in people living below sea level. So what is small? Coral about doesn't. It's not small. Verisimilitude. I don't think that means small because verisimilitude is something to do with likeness. So I don't think that makes sense. Paucity. I think I remember this coming up in another question where it meant something like need of or like there's not enough of. So I'm gonna go with this for now, but honestly, you might come back to this one. Profusion of it also doesn't work because it means like a bulge kind of or like a large amount. So yeah. So this one I might get wrong honestly, but I'm gonna stick with paucity for now. Annotate doesn't make sense. Reciprocate doesn't make sense. Disengage definitely does because it's talking about how these guys lost their throne. Because questions of legitimacy means they're getting like questioned and then allow the monarch to disengage his right to hold the throne. Makes sense. But res, I don't know what that means. Buttress, that could also be something similar to disengage. But since it's allowed to allow the monarch to disengage his right to, okay, it might actually be buttress. I've gone 3 for 3 from argument reviews, but dude, those questions are more easy, so it's fine. Kind foster pro-social behaviors. This kind of just makes sense. Remember doesn't really fit in there. Require. Oh wait, this could. Bystanders who would help, or no, more likely to offer help to someone else, so it's not require. So yeah, it doesn't discourage it either. It causes people to be more social by being kind. So yeah, foster. Um, portrays the range of personalities. Mm, okay, so begin to test the trees and then it elaborates on the characteristics that they're trying to test here, which is like how much sap they'll give. So the women evaluate that aspect of how much sap they're going to give. So this one makes sense to me. Human behavior, this specific thing, no, it doesn't really say that. No. Um, no. Definitely not that. And I guess kind of this, but it doesn't really fit for me. Involuntary framing advertises the pondering conjecture about new situations. These thoughts I did not think to check. They might germinate and bear fruit if they could. So Day's, I think it's this one honestly because Day's business tranquility, she went on with it, so she's calm, but in her brain she's thinking about all this stuff and yeah, internal restlessness. That makes sense. So I'm gonna go with that. There's also painter uses images created for an album cover, besides ideas expressed in her music for a cover of her album Turbulent Indigo. Mitchell painted a striking self-portrait that closely resembles Vincent Van Gogh's. Okay, so the claim is that she uses her she uses images she created for albums to emphasize the expressed in music, and then presents the claim about Mitchell. Think is an example supporting that claim. No, no, because he just talks about the claims similarities. Nope. So I'm gonna go with that first claim because it actually does address that first claim right there. Study by team, including vice president, suggests that exposure to sunshine during the wait day can lead to overly optimistic behavior. Using data spanning from 1994 to 20 for a set of U.S. companies, the team compared 29,000 annual earnings forecasts to the actual earnings of the forecast. To explain the methodology, call it a challenge. To summarize the results. Okay. And it kind of does both of these. It doesn't give a specific example. It doesn't do that, but it does explain part of the methodology used in the team study. Using data spanning, this is a methodology right here. This sentence is, okay, I thought we are doing the whole thing here, but yeah. So this is the results right here. So it's not this underlined sentence, it's this one. These are comparing two texts. So what's this guy gonna say about what this guy wrote? So they did not identify that. It's overlapped mistake given additional notations. Yeah, so yeah, this makes sense because they're talking about how further observation showed that the gene was more like a switch than anything else. This doesn't really make sense. Doesn't talk about that. No, it doesn't really make sense. I don't think I'm gonna go with this. Given additional observations, that makes sense to me. This is data, so some researchers studying indigenous actors and filmmakers turn their attention to the early days of cinema, particularly 1910s and 1920s, when people like James Young, Gary Dark Cloud, Edwin Carraway. So talking about how these aren't really good numbers, and that these should be considered as bare minimums, and so which choice must be? So yeah, they actually use data from here to answer. Okay. That doesn't make sense because he was only active. Hmm. No, this is okay. I think it's gonna be this one because this is fewer. This one doesn't really make sense because how would they know that? That's the only active years. He couldn't really do anything after that. And this one is also saying lesser than, so gotta be this one. I took way too much time on that though. Alright, so okay. 7, 8, and minus 2 cents. Okay. Okay. Using 2 final. That doesn't really make sense. Faucet of Mosasaurus and non-Notorious. So it's colder in the poles, and if they're found in equal numbers, then that means that the Mosasaurs were living the same amount as non-Notorious marine reptiles, so that doesn't really make sense. It's not really, it's kind of contradictory. So see, this makes sense because it's saying that in fact, Mosasaurus fossils, Mosasaurus did better in poles, even though they were, since they were endothermic and the non-endothermic ones kind of died off up there. This doesn't make sense because if it's all hotter, then they wouldn't need to be endothermic. But yeah, I'm gonna go see there. Reporting directly to CEOs, considering large sample companies are assessing the number of managers and leaders from different departments who are building. Okay, so CEOs are interacting more with their workers and their managers. It's highest, I think that doesn't, it's not true. Yeah, that's just not true. Managers, average numbers of managers, department leaders reported that didn't fluctuate from 1995 periods. It did, so it's not true. Average number of department leaders reporting directly to their CEO is greater than the average managers reporting. This doesn't really help because it's talking about two different things. Average number of department leaders. Yep. No, sorry. Yep. Given that stars and planets initially form from the same gas, dust, and space, unless point posited that host stars such as the Sun and their planets, such as those in our solar system, are composed of the same material. With the planets containing equal smaller quantities of materials that make up the hot host star. Okay. So yeah, this one's kind of just the best option because it's talking about how this proves this whole thing right here because it shows that planets don't have the same composition as stars. So yeah, this is more comprehension. These questions take a long time. With 16 minutes left, I have about a couple questions, so let's try to work a little faster. So Journalist claim. Oh, we gotta find this claim first because it's kind of iffy here. So this is what the claim is, that he focused on African artists in the history. This guy. Um, this one kind of does. No. Global modern art. Europe art history. Europe's history. This one kind of is the best option for you, though. I might bookmark this because it's a little iffy. Yeah, so they struggle to find validated. So yeah, it's kind of hard to get control groups in this study. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. I have about 4. Okay, so I'll have like 4 minutes extra after this to do 4 questions. Okay. I do not comprehend at all. Upon a lake, 1500 words to go, but something describes Qantas Mexicanos is the most important collection classic principal language in ASCII. Yeah, so that makes sense because so some of this predates it, but it's talking about stuff that's like common in Spain, so that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. Well, actually, kind of does. No, no, I don't think it should be that. I think that makes the most sense because this does make sense, but if this has happened, but if this was written before the Spanish invasion, then wow, they know Spanish, and then it makes more sense that it's added on after it was written. So now we're back to grammar, so it shouldn't take as long. Rather, this is an independent clause, which I know you can still use a comma. They're kind of interchangeable, but actually it might be like this. Pray, rather, brightly colored, right? Since they're two related, yeah, they're both related. The two independent clauses are related, so I want to say that's a semicolon. And the rather is directly part of the first one, so yikes. Definitely not this. Don't think it's gonna be a comma. kind of makes sense like this, to be honest. Rather, but I think it's gonna be this, but I'm pretty sure it's this because this will mean that this rather, and then the rest of this is an independent sentence, which can't really be an independent sentence. So, oh, we have 10 questions left with 10 minutes. We're not gonna have time to go back to these review questions. That this might give us a bad score. Loki, we might be cooked. Studies data about Saturn's ring collecting. Okay, Bonnie. This is subject of agreement. Bonnie Parati of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory has been studying. So this whole thing is unimportant. Ignore this. Bonnie Parati has been studying data about when so was studying data about Saturn's ring. So when she made an interesting discovery. So, a clipper ship called the Flying Cloud entered San Francisco Bay. I don't think there's anything here. Yeah. Oh, never mind. This is all just one little thing here. And San Francisco Bay, having left New York Harbor under the guidance of Captain John Josiah and his wife, navigator Eleanor Creasy. Yeah, so it's gonna be that. Or it could be. No, I think it's an independent sentence, honestly, because. Yeah, I think it's gonna be an independent sentence here. Because I don't know why there's so many periods and says answers now, but that feels like it's an independent, just like ends there, and then it picks back up with. Just get rid of that whole having up to wife and navigator Eleanor Creasy. Oh wait, no, I kind of messed up. Oh, this is all so weird. Celebrated ship. So yeah, this is all one sentence. Having, and we're gonna have to put the thing there. Yep. Oh, actually, it could still be a period. I'm taking way too much time on these questions, I'll be honest. Because I'm just indecisive. Definitely not this. Definitely not this. Having left. I'm taking way too long on these. Okay. This is hard to just look at Bay. Amirs. Okay, so ignore all of this. Just pause it here. Bay, put Bay here, period. Amir, celebrated ship, set a record that would stand for 135 years. Yeah, I think it's a period. Bengali author. See, I have 7 minutes with 7 questions left. Not good. Especially when I have all these that I need to look at. Bengali author. A volume of. Okay. Has enhanced scholars understanding. That makes sense. Has enhanced singular. Are enhancing is plural. That's plural. Have enhanced means currently. So it could be this one. Has, but it's in the present tense. Yeah, this kind of indicates past tense, so I'm gonna go with that. Hagar is an archaeologist. Ancient tombs. This is just a straight up all one sentence. Studies ancient tombs built into the rocky outcrops of Asbestos. Oh, wait. Could be a comma. This is a comma right here, so. Oh no. How the heck did studies ancient tombs built in the rocky outcrops of a vast desert? These burial chambers seem to blend seamlessly. Oh, yeah. Wait. It could be that. Bro, I don't know why I'm so indecisive with these questions. It's not good. Ancient. Built into the rocky outcrops of a vast desert, these burial chambers seem to blend seamlessly with nature. So I think just get rid of this built into the rocky outcrops, so it's a desert part. This is kind of a sentence. And if it was a comma, it would have to go with this sentence. So archaeologists recently traveled to Hagrid to study these ancient tombs, these burial chambers. So I think it's a sentence, honestly. But it also could be this. Definitely not this or this. Ugh, I'm so indecisive. I'm just gonna start speeding. Let's do these because it's gonna get to these all grammar. Okay, these are all grammar. Oh gosh, I'm actually running out of time. I barely ever run out of time on reading and writing, but I don't know what's going on here. Anime. Critic. It has to be this. Or critic style. Yeah, I think because it's some rule, but I don't have time to explain it. Darcy whereas plant species, both native and non-native. Oh, this is a complex series of things. So complex list. Sorry. So it's gonna be semicolon. Today. Okay. Okay. So he did all this. However, he's mainly recognized for this. So it's gonna be however. She places Thomas during thus. Oh, I think I'm going similar because he's comparing two different characters and like what's similar about them. So, what is that? Okay, yeah, it's contrast. Okay, let's just do this really fast. Whoops. General observation, make and support generalization by the order of comments. Generalization, but okay, so let me support it. It doesn't make a generalization. This makes a generalization. Change over time, and it supports it with an example. So we're gonna go with that. Let's go back to these real quick and try to get it. I don't think it's gonna be innocuous just because. Actually, it could because I think I remember innocuous being like ineffective or like small, and benign kind of sounds like it relates to innocuous. Honestly, I'm gonna go with this. Just out of gut feeling, I think it's gonna be this. I could be wrong though. Paucity of, profusion of. I eliminated these two, and profusion of doesn't really make sense. So I think process of elimination is gonna be paucity of. Disengage versus buttress. Buttress hits right to the hold of the throne. Disengage is right to the throne. That means he would be doing it, you know. And kings would usually never do that. Never kind of have use of a Corley understanding of the factors that allow the monarch to disengage is right the whole time. That would be have to be him choosing to disengage. But buttress means buttress sounds like it doesn't have like a intention behind it, that he just like allowed the monarch to lose his throne. Lose and disengage are kind of different, so I'm gonna go with buttress here, honestly. You know, it sounds kind of crazy. I might get this one wrong, but that's what I think. This one's a little different. This one's a little hard. I'm gonna say this for last because I feel like my answer's kind of right there. Go to 17. This one's hard. Um, this one is still tripping me up. I'm a little confused on Luckily, this is a practice test, so I'll be able to see what the actual answer is here in a bit. But I'm gonna go with. Okay. I'm gonna keep going. Hold up. Mm, it just feels like a bigger pause than I. It feels like a bigger pause than merits a period. Yeah, I just feel like that makes sense to me. Let's go back to this. Um, this honestly, I think it could be because it's World War. Remedy is deficiency not focused solely on modern question. And this is like global world war, world global. I'm gonna go C, honestly. Yeah, and that's photography, so that's kind of unrelated. And this, we're just gonna have to keep it because I ran out of time. I don't really have time to think about it, so that's unfortunate. We actually ran out of time there. That's just poor mismanagement on me. Um, yeah, that was poor management on my part, but I think we got to look at everything at least a little bit, so that's good on the second round. Let's just see. I Oh, let's go. I was not looking at chat, but it looks like you agree with me on most of these things that I did here. So I think we might have pulled it off. Um, so I think for at least the vocabs that we rearranged and picked new ones for, I think we got those right. So that's great. That's good we got that right because that'll get us some extra points. I might have gotten that rather question right with the what's it called, semicolon, but that's all right. We'll just have to take that loss, and then I could have gotten that African artist right. Exactly. So actually, only thing I could do good on for like the next SAT is because it's for math. Yeah, I did sign up for October 5th. That's what I'm doing. So we're gonna like I'm really gonna be focusing on math because I got a 740 on English. If I get a 740 on math too, then that's like a what 14 1480, right? And then yeah, that should be fine if I get a good grade on my math. And then if I get a better score on my English, I could possibly get that 1500 that I really want. So I'm gonna take it at North Stafford actually. I'm taking it at North Stafford because it's closer to my house. So yeah, I'm gonna go use like the bathroom real quick then. I'll be back and before the timer is up, and then yeah, I'll be right back. Hold on, let me mute my mic just in case. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so for this, it's gonna be, it can possibly be pretty bad, as in I might be a little rusty on my math skills because it's something you gotta practice like constantly. But this is good because it's gonna give us a baseline for what we need to study for the rest of the, like, see, when's the exam? For the next week, 2 weeks essentially. I have 2 weeks to study, so that's not terrible. I'll probably do another practice test on probably Wednesday or Thursday, I think. Probably Thursday. So I have time to study between all these days. Thursday, and then we'll do another one. Actually, no, that's too early. We'll do another one at Saturday, and then another one the Wednesday before the test, and then that should be fine. And then we'll study throughout. I might stream more. I might not. We'll see. If you want me to stream more, just let me know, and I will. And we'll go through practice problems, and we'll look at all this stuff. I might get some software too that like makes it look better. But yeah, all right. So let's start with math section 1. It shouldn't be pretty. I'm gonna show my score on stream for the test. Like the SAT, like the actual one. Yeah, I probably will if you want me to. I can like pull it up. I need to sign in beforehand so I don't show my password on stream like that. I'll stream the next time I do the practice test, and then the last one I'm gonna be doing it myself to make sure I'm logged in and stuff. But for this right now, yeah, I'm gonna stream it, and then what was I gonna say? What was I gonna do? I was gonna say something. Oh, okay, we're good here. What was I gonna say? I low-key forgot. Oh yeah, Desmos. You're gonna see me use Desmos a lot on this because half of it is all Desmos. So if you see me use Desmos, it's just mostly plugging in equations and then getting answers like that. Like actually, like on the actual SAT this year, I only used paper like for like maybe 30% of problems. So you're gonna see a lot of Desmos. But if everyone's ready, there's 2 other people watching. I don't know. I have no idea. I used to have a lot of like people watch, but like maybe it's just like old viewers because I send a notification and all that. I don't know. Probably my family actually. Probably my cousins. Actually, let me check. They probably texted me. Let me see that real quick. I hope I don't lose time on. Nah, it wasn't them. It was probably just random people because the stream is public, so you know. But okay, we're about to get started. I'm just gonna resume the testing. I don't even have my paper out right now. I have it next to me because that's how much I rarely use paper. But who knows? Maybe this first one's actually gonna need paper. So let's go. If x equals 7, what is x plus 20? 27. Sometimes they're really easy like that. The list give the value of the x, y. What's semicolon? What does that mean? Okay, this is when it gets crazy. You can actually put mean, then 5, 9, 9, 13, compared to the mean of 5, 9, 9, 13, 27, 12.6 compared to 9. The mean of data set x, and they're not equal. Not enough from parent, no. Yep. Okay. See, it's Desmos. All right, this is actually this is trigonometry, so it's not going to be able to use Desmos most likely. Right triangles PQR and STR are similar, where P corresponds to S, the measure of angle Q. Okay, this is simple. Just find the angle of P on the big triangle. You can find they're going to be congruent. So it's just, I don't have to write this out. 180 minus the 90 of that the 90 of that one minus the 18 of the Q gives you 72 for this P angle, which is also S, so 72. I could have done it in my head, to be honest, but I don't know, I want to be sure. So approximately how much propellant in kilograms would the rocket burn each second after launch? We can model this as a y equals x, but I don't know, I might just think this through. All right, yeah, we'll just think this through. 467 minus 362.105. I know I just accidentally made it. This is for time purposes. 1003. I need to make this bigger. It's annoying me. 1003.895 5 is how much they lost, and it's divided over 21 seconds, so it's gonna be this number. I think I did my math wrong a little bit. Yeah, this is be a 2. And this makes it 104. And then you actually get that. Oh, wait. There you go. Then you get a number. Sorry, I just messed up typing it. Okay, the solution to the system equations is alright. So you could plug this in. Honestly, it'd probably be easier than what I'm doing right now. Nah, I think it'll be too much work to actually do the math. So just do this. Oh, I messed up. This is -7. There you go. And you just find your 5, 8 is our intersection. Whoa, I typed this in wrong for sure, didn't I? Or no, I did not. Huh. Why is it doing that? That's weird. I never seen that happen before. Well, 20 divided by 4 is 5, which makes sense. So x equals 5. Plug that into that equation. Should be 8. Why is it not doing that? So plug 5 into here. 5 times -3 is -15. -15, add that over. So -7 plus 15, 8. Oh, x plus y, I'm stupid. 5 plus 8 is 13. See, you really gotta read your question because now I just wasted some time. Sorry, in parentheses. Okay, so let's think about it. X is the number of on-site training courses, and Y is the number of online training courses. So on-site versus online, and he does 85. 15 hours per online session, 10 hours per on-site training. So 5 more hours. The online has 5 more hours compared to the on-site. That makes sense. I think I'm going to come back to this later just to look at it harder. But I'm pretty confident in the answer. Square x is a side length of 12 centimeters. Perimeter of square y is 2 times the perimeter of square x. What is the length in centimeters of one side of square y? So 12 times 4 is 48. 48 is times 2 will be the perimeter of square y. So 96, and then 96 divided by 4 will give us one side of that, of one side of square y. So yeah, that makes sense. I think you probably could do that in your head. I just did it in Desmos. There's probably some actually. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Because yeah, that's so stupid. One side, of course, is gonna be. Yeah, I did all that for nothing. But whatever. Function G is gasoline that runs fuel gas and miles according to the model. How many gallons of gasoline are used to drive each mile? This is just reading the equation. It's 0.05 because you're losing 0.05 gas per mile, so you're using 0.05. If that equals, what is the positive value of x minus 1? This is kind of just, I mean, you don't have to do this. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it'll take me longer or not. I'll look back on this later on a more optimal way to do this, but you can just graph it. Oh, you can't get a, here's what you do. You set this equal to y, like 112 equal to y. So now you do this you just do this and then, oh wait, hold up. Whatever, I'm just gonna do the actual problem. What is the positive value of x? Just plug x minus 1 in here. Yeah, plug x minus 1 in here. So 4x minus 4 minus 4, 4x minus 8. Absolute value of that equals 12. 4x minus, oh shoot, 4x minus 8 equals 112. I hate how sometimes on functions you don't get your thing, so let's make this y equals 0. And then plot our, it's going to be positive 30. So I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm going to mark it just in case. Given equation relates to positive numbers b, x, y, in which equation? Okay, this is just maneuvering the equation around. So which refers to x in terms of b and y. So it's going to be, let me just write this out, 1 over 7b over 11, oh, over y, sorry. So how does that exactly come out? Keep, change, flip. Oh, and then you had to, oh no, no, here's how it works. 1 over 7 b times y over 11. This is just kind of knowing how your fractions work, and I don't know how my fractions work. Oh gosh, this is gonna be embarrassing, honestly. But I'm gonna come back to you. Just because you can't use decimals, I'm gonna bookmark everything that I can't use decimals on, essentially. It shows 4 values of x. There's a linear relationship between x and m is a constant. Find the value of m. Okay, this is just y equals mx minus 28. Add a slider for m. That gives us these values. So where x equals 10, we just this axis has to be negative 82. So how much do we have to go down? And let's just do whole numbers first so that we can negative 88. Negative 5 could give us the number we're looking for. Negative 78, negative 5.5. This is a stupid way to do it, I think. Negative 5.75. I got so addicted to Desmos. That's not the right way. Might be 4, honestly. No. No. Okay, you know what? We need to try something else here. There's a constant in this, and that's why Desmos is kind of iffy to use on questions that involve constants. Okay. Honestly, we can plug this table. We can make a table. Table where x equals 10, 15, 20, 20, 25, and then y's are equal to 82, 137. Sorry, I'm taking way too long. It's just keyboard messing up, 192, and then 247. That is our table. Does that plot any points on us? Okay, it does. Nice. So now we can do y equals mx plus or minus 28. So. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at negative numbers. I should have been looking up there. Just do this until it looks right. It's going to be about 11 probably. Yeah, 11. That took way too long. That was my fault. More constants. Not the best. I hate constants. The given expression is equivalent to that, where b is a constant. What is the value of b? Oh, we can actually just, we can just simplify this down, I think. Considering there's a minus between them, we can just, do like, yeah, okay. 5x cubed minus 3, parentheses minus, parentheses negative 4x third plus 8. And then we flip the signs because it's a parentheses, the negative one's being distributed through 4x cubed minus 8, and the rest behind that. So it's going to give us 9x cubed minus 11, and then set that equal to the bx cubed minus 11. Yeah, well, there's a 9. If they're equivalent, then so just solve this out a little bit until you get to that something that looks like this, and then that coefficient is the answer, which turns out to be 9. So not bad. Okay, we're gonna plug this in Desmos because anytime you see two equations like that, usually you can plug into this. And then we'll just look at their multiple choice answers, because multiple choice answers are really easy if you have Desmos. I've come to kind of appreciate them. So let's just look at this. These are our answers. Our answers have the line here. So what could be a value of x? So let's look at x, 53. It doesn't work like that. Desmos doesn't like when you use x as a coordinate point, so we'll just make it that. Now a slider for O. O is equal to x. So -9, not in there. -5, 5, 9. Oh, I think it's actually -9 because it's on that line right there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm gonna go with -9 because it's barely in there. It's, at least as close as none of these are in there at all, so it has to be -9, I think. Yep, let's just go with that. Well, actually, let's bookmark this. Okay, bacteria growing in a liquid growth medium. There were 300,000 cells per milliliter during initial observation, and the number of cells doubles every 3 hours. How many cells per milliliter will it be after 15 hours of initial observation? Let's just think this through. 300,000 goes up to 600,000, and then doubles every 3 hours. 15 hours, 15 divided by 3, it's 5. I should have done that in my head. So it doubles 5 times. So that's the right amount. Times 2 to the 5th. That number. So yeah, that's not bad. I don't think we're gonna need decimals for this since we have a graph. Okay, so estimated number of catalogs here a company is sent to its customers at the end of each year, where X represents the number of years since the end of 1992, where 0, okay, we're 10-year period out of 1992. Okay, estimated total number of catalogs companies sent to us. Oh, the y-intercept. Okay, estimated total number of catalogs companies sent to us. No, they're in the. Oh, okay. So from 1992, this is 1994. 9,000. No, because it's, yeah. Oh, this is a little weird. I don't like this question. The estimated number of catalogs companies sent to its customers at the end of 1992 was 9. No, this is 19. Oh no, that is correct. The estimated number of catalogs companies sent to its customers in 1992 was 9,000. Now that could have been in thousands, yeah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go with this number. This one's just right. This looks hard, but it's not, because if we know how fractions and things work, we can actually plot this in Desmos, but I think I don't want to do that. So you just you have the inner over the outer, so 9/7 xy, and I think we might come back and try to prove this later, just so we're sure. Population of city A increased 7% from 2015 to 2016. 2016 population is K times 2015 population was K. Let's just think about this. Let's say the population went from 1,000 all the way up to 2,000. Oh no, let's just say X. So increase from 7%, so 100, 1,000 times 7% of 1,000 gives you 70,000. That does not make sense. Or no, sorry, plus. There you go. Went up 7%. And then what's that multiple? If the 2016 population is K times the 2015 population, what is the value of K? It's going to be 100 or 1.07, correct? Yep. That's just kind of, I took too long on that to be honest, but just to make sure I'm all correct. This makes sense. But general knowledge about percentages will kind of just carry you through that one. Which of the following has no solution? Well, we know X is a horizontal line, Y is a vertical line, or whichever way around, so this has a solution. This one, Y equals mx plus b, they have different slopes and this is going to have a solution. Same slopes, different y-intercepts, so they're not going to have a solution. And then this one's a vertical line with, no, horizontal line, sorry. And this is an angled line, so they're going to cross at some point, so yeah. The first term of a sequence is 9. Each term after the first is 4 times the preceding term. Oh gosh. Okay. This is actually like pretty easy. First term of sequence is 9. Each term after the first is, it's going to be 9 times 4 to the n. Yeah, that makes sense. Or n minus 1 maybe. Let's just put this in. 9 to the 4 n minus 1. N minus 1. And then we'll just predict this normally, you know? So first term is going to be 9. Second term should be 4 times. Third term, is that 4 times? 9. Yeah, I think it might be n minus 1. So let's see if we do n, just n. 1. No, yeah, exactly. So it's going to be n minus 1. Okay, minimum value of x is 12 less than 6 times. Well, I'm not going to, sorry. Minimum value of x is 12 less than 6 times another number n, which inequality shows the possible values of x. Let's try to think this through. Is 12 less than 6 times another number n? It's this one, isn't it? This is greater than, so no. This is also greater than, so no. Less than or equal to 12 minus 6n. No, because it's just kind of looking at it. Yeah, it's this an A. Okay, look, we have actual trigonometry here. Triangle RST is similar to triangle UVW, where S corresponds to V. Tangent of, okay, I'm going to draw this out on my end. You can draw this out if you want, but you're going to have to draw this one out. RST, UVW, RS is equal to 20, ST is equal to 48, TR is 52. What is the tangent of W? Similar. So these should end up being the same fraction. So W on UVW, the angle W is equal to the angle T. And so the tangent of angle T is opposite over adjacent. Opposite is 20 for 20 over 52. Correct? Or is it, because these are actually right triangle, ST, R, ST, 20, 52. Okay, yeah, so 20 over 52, what does that give us? And we can just simplify whatever that is. 513 is going to be the same as tangent of W, so yeah. All right, we're actually doing good on time here. I usually never have this much time on math. So the graph of 9x is 10y equals 19 is translated down 4 units in the xy plane. What is the x coordinate of the x-intercept of the resulting graph? Oh, see, this is going to be a little bit harder because we got to just translate this to y equals mx plus b. So add 9 divided by 10. So negative 10, sorry. So negative 10 y equals 9x, oh no, it's negative 9x plus 19 divided by 10. Let's just, sorry, we can just, yeah. Y equals 9 over 10x plus 19 divided by negative 10. 10. That gives us this graph, and we need to translate it down 4 units. So these are the same graph, but just rearranged, and then we have to make all of this minus 4 because that is our, you know, y-intercept. So if it's going down 4 units in the xy plane, then it's going to go down 4 units here, and then our total is going to be, and how does Desmos want it rounded? 6.556. We'll just put the whole thing in there. I think that should be accepted. But we'll come back to you too, just because of formatting the answer. Number 10. So we actually didn't finish this one. We're going to spend most of the time. We have 13 minutes to solve this, so I'm pretty confident in the rest of the answers I bookmarked, to be honest. It's just kind of showing you guys the answers. But I'm going to really try to do this right here. It's just kind of fractions, right? Well, 1 over 7b times y over 1, or no, y over y. No, that doesn't make sense at all. Anything divided by 1 is itself. So y over 1. Y over 7b over 11. Keep change flip. Y over 7b times 1 over 11. 77b. Y over 77b. Yep, there you go. So I just took a little time. I marked this because I couldn't use decimals at all. So I wanted to come back to it so I'd have more time to do it and I wouldn't end up taking too long. If that makes sense? So that's why I saved these questions for last. Questions I can't use the calculator with. This one. No, I don't know why. Because this is just pretty obvious. I don't think I should have bookmarked that. Now this one I will try to do again without the without the writing it down part that I did last time, just so I can make sure I'm completely sure. And this equals 112. I hate how it does this because it's an undefined line. It doesn't want to do that. So let's set this equal to, let's make an x equals, oh yeah, listen, because if we do this, if we do 1112, sorry, 12, this intersection is going to be the same as that line we saw earlier. Or no, it's not. Definitely not gonna. What? Forgot the trick to make it work in decimals. I'll look at this after because it might be less hard to find. Well, actually, let's try making x equal to 30. But as you can see, that kind of looks like the same line now. Let's zoom in here. They're not the same line. This directly crosses 30. This is not directly. Okay, so this is actually not going to accept this answer. It's not close enough to the actual answer. So let's just make a y equals 0. Oh gosh. It's gonna be 29 maybe? Oh yeah, there you go. Those lines are the same. And it does want the positive value of this. So it's actually gonna be 29. But I actually want to know how to solve this, so when we're done, we're gonna come back to this problem and actually look at the answer. But for now, we're gonna save our time and go to the next bookmarked ones. Point x, so this one is a little, I mean, we can start plugging these values in. So let's see, -9 times 4, -9 times 4 is equal to 36. -36 plus what value gives you a value that's less? Oh, okay, I see. Well, I think the best way to do this is actually still just to graph it, honestly. Y is greater than 14. Why is it? Oh, okay, I was lagging then. 4x plus y is less than 18. So let's look at this again. It's -9. Let's just redo this, exactly the way we did it, but we're gonna try to look at this a little more carefully, because that seems to be right on the line. Oh, it is not. Barely not in the line, which means it's not on this, which I was worried about because then it wouldn't be a solution. But since it's in the both green and blue zones, it's a solution to both, satisfies both equations. So it's the could be a value of x. The rest of these do not. So, yep, this is good. 16. Let's just put this in decimal, or let's just look at it in the calculator. So let's write out. Can we find the reason I didn't do this because it takes a fair amount of time, honestly. X to the 9. But this is how you can get a definitive solution if you don't really know the rules, because I might have this wrong, to be honest. Oh, let's make these just constants and stuff, so Desmos doesn't get mad at me. And then these should give you the same number. Essentially, is the idea. If these give you the same number, then you have the right answer. This is why it's so goated that see that these are giving you the same values. So that's the correct answer. So now look, if we did this, we made this 7 over 9. Oh, sorry. 7 over 9 instead. That would give you different values for the equations, which means it's not correct because it's once equivalent. So it is that. That's why Desmos is so broken, because you can use it on stuff that doesn't even need graphs, that doesn't even use graphs. So this was just me proving this. I already thought of it. This was the answer, but yeah. This one, okay. Now this one I was a little iffy on because just simply because of how. So I'm gonna do it by hand actually. So 9x minus 10y equals 19. Subtract over the minus 9x divided by negative 10, y equals 19 over, no, let's just do negative 9 over negative 10 x plus, or I guess minus 19 over 10, and then we plug in 0 there. Oh no, we have to subtract 4 because we run out of 4. Yep. So what is negative 19 over 10 minus 4? What is that fraction? 59 over 10 minus 59 over 10. So let's just put this whole equation in here now. Y equals negative 9, 10x minus 59 over 10. Oh no, this isn't negative anymore, sorry. So yeah, it still gives the same value, and I kind of did it more on my own. So I'm pretty confident in this. I just want to check again how it wants its decimals. Does it want me to round this? Okay, you can enter it. Okay, so this should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Because already this graph is giving you something that's very, like, you can't really do whole numbers with this graph because of how it just is. So it makes sense that the answer is kind of weird. So let's just go over everything since we have some extra time. Usually I don't, honestly, but yeah. Let's make sure we don't get these stuff wrong. 7 plus 20 is 27. We put this in the calculator. Our means were as follows. So actually, you know what? Let's just do it again for the sake of making sure we're correct on everything. Mean of 5, 9, 9, 13 gives you 9, and the mean of 5, 9, 9, 13, and 27 gives you a higher value. So you kind of honestly can just tell because of the extra 27. You don't really have to do this. I should have thought about that, honestly. This one, 90, 18. 90 plus 18 minus 100. Alright, 180 minus 90 minus 18. 72. 72 degrees is here, and they're similar, so their angles are the same, so 72 makes sense. Here, they lost that number that we got and we divided by 21 and we got that number, so that makes sense. You can also model it as an equation and like a line, but don't think you need to do that here. This you just plug in the calculator and then add up the x and the y. Makes sense. This one is just looking at the problem. Square x is the side length of the perimeter square y is 2 times. So 12 times 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 for all the sides gives you 48. Times it by 2, you get that. Or you can just times 12 by 2 to get you 24. Which makes sense to me, but it's a little weird when you get into it. Alright, yeah, fine. I'm gonna trust that that's correct. This is just looking at the line. We went over this, did it in my thing, and then kind of got it right. Now, did I do this one correctly? Yeah, because you kind of I just messed around with Desmos. Should be correct. This you just solve out. Hopefully I got that right. I'm looking at my paper and it just kind of works like that. It makes sense because they're literally the same thing, just that the 9 is actually there. And it would make sense that the 9 equals a 9. So this we did in Desmos, I think. Yeah, we did when we redid it, so yeah. Let's just double check my math. Times, oh no, it's 300,000 times 5 to the third because you multiply it actually 3 times. Oh no, 3 to the 5, sorry. No, 2 to the 5 because it's double. Wow. Yep, there you go. Okay, makes sense. This one I just kind of looked at the graph. This one's the only one that's actually true, so 1992 right here. They sold about 9,000%, 9,000 because it is in thousands. This we did. This one is just how percentages work. If you're multiplying, you're the multiple of the percentage is 1 and then the percentage. If you're increasing, if you're decreasing, it'd be like 1 minus the percentage value. This one just kind of, maybe we can look at it actually. Really quick, see how fast I can type this to be honest. X plus 3, y equals 16, x plus 19. See, they are parallel, no solution. And then we're about to be out of timer, so let's just, yep, we went over that, yep, and done. Okay, that was actually pretty good. I don't think I got a single one wrong there, but let's check chat. Oh shoot, no. Save next second, because time is very important on the second math module. Oh, 5 out of 12 for 21. You think I'm relying too much on Desmos? Yeah, I do that. Um, um, wait. 5 out of 12 for 21. Why do you think that? Why do you think that? Which one was that? 'Cause I forgot. 5 out of 12 for 21. I don't remember which one that was. Yeah, no, I do use Desmos too much, but I usually do it when I'm gonna go back. What, I don't remember which one that was. Which one was 5 out of 12? Which one was 21? But you actually did it. You didn't just use Desmos. Yeah. I had a lot of time. I could have tangent of W. Oh, did I do opposite of adjacent? 20 over 52? What did I put? Let's just go to Desmos. I actually written down. I actually had this one written down, so it's good. So I can actually see. Let's check this. Tangent 20 over 52. 52 is 5 over 13. Was it 52 or did I just literally write it down wrong? Because yeah, it was 52, right? I'm not tweaking, right? let me go back on my phone and look at the stream and see the actual problem because I can do that. That's why it's nice to have a live stream so I can actually look at the let's just check where this question was. Um, let's see. Number 21 it was. Yeah, it was number 21. Okay, passed it. Bro, if I just wrote it down wrong, that's actually gonna be so bad. No, TR. Which one did I end up picking? Which one did I actually end up picking? Do you remember? T similar triangles. Did I actually just read it wrong out of time? Because that's gonna be really annoying if I only get one wrong on math section 1 and it's because of a student mistake like that. Really? How could it be 5? How could it be that though? If you're putting 20 over 52, right? Because you put 20 over 52. 20 over 52, right? I picked 513. Yeah, but 20 over 52 gives you 513. Why would it not be 5? Why would it be 512? Um, ST. Because ST is the hypotenuse, right? If we're looking at. Actually, let me just write. Wait, hold up. Sorry. Opposite over adjacent, correct, right? Let's write this out. Let me go to Sketchpad and see where I got this wrong, bro. I want to see what I messed up. All right. Yo. Why? Okay. Sketch. Okay. So it said two right triangles, correct? Two right triangles. Oh, that's a terrible triangle. Two right triangles. They're similar, which means their angles are all the same, which means the tangent and everything's gonna be the same. So if it said RST, ST, ST is 48, TR is 52, and then this was RS is 20. This one was UVW. We're looking at the tangent of this angle, and they're gonna be the same. So if we find the one of this, we're gonna find the one of this. Tangent is opposite 20 over 52, which is the adjacent. 20 over 52 is 513. Or opposite side of the angle slash adjacent. Yeah, but that's what I did, no? Am I tweaking? The biggest side is the hypotenuse? Yeah, that's this side right here. 48, we don't do 48. I did not do 48. We didn't use it. We only use 20 and 52. I'm crazy, bro. I'm not tweaking, bro. I know I'm not tweaking on this, bro. Let me just read this again. Let's say that I got this wrong and I actually the S and the T are mixed up. That could be true. Let's redo this entire thing, and say that I messed up the actual. Okay, so let's say RS and then T. So this would be UV and then W up here. Angle we're looking for is up here. Our hypotenuse is gonna be ST 48 still, and then TR is gonna be 52. And this is still gonna be 20, which means opposite over adjacent. 20 over 52 still gives us 5 over 13. No, or am I crazy, bro? You have to make sure the letters align. I redid the letters and everything though. I redid the letters and it still gives me the same value because it's all relative, you know. So I think I'm correct on this, but we're gonna just keep going and then we'll just see at the end because we get to see all the answers. So we're gonna see. I want to do this math section though a little faster because it's like 6:30, bro, and I gotta do some actual homework. I need to prepare for my math test tomorrow. So I'm gonna be well, actually, I need to do a couple things. also do that TOK thing. So let's get started with this next section, and hopefully we do good on this one, because this one's always harder. This one's always going to be harder, less Desmos, more SOHCAHTOA and constants. So here's a strategy that I'm going to do for this last section is I'm going to skip everything that does not, it's not able to be used with Desmos. I'm going to skip it. I'm going to come back to it just so I don't waste time, because I'm going to get stuck in the problem and then I'm going to take forever. So I might as well use that time at the very end, so I'm like, chiller about it. Right? So that's what the strat's going to be. Let's go. Okay. 55 students in Spanish Club. Sample of Spanish students was selected at random and asked whether they intend to enroll in this new study program. 20 responded and that they intended. Okay, so there's 55 in total. 20% responded in this sample that they wanted to go. Based on the survey, which of the following is best estimate from the total number of Spanish Club students who intend to enroll in the study program? 20% of 55. If I'm not mistaken, that's how this problem is structured. 11. Yeah, because if even no matter what size this sample is of the 55, if we're extrapolating the 20% to the whole population, makes sense. Machine makes large boxes with small boxes, one at a time for a total of 700 minutes each day. It takes the machine 10 minutes to make a large box or 5 minutes to make a small box. Which equation represents the number of possible boxes? Okay, so I think this one makes sense right here. What does it? 10 minutes make a large box, or 5 minutes. All right, large boxes are x, small boxes are y. 10 plus 5x. This makes sense. Yeah, I see no reason that it should be anything else. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Alright, scatter plot shows the relationship between two variables, x and y, line best fit also shown. Which of the following equations best represent the line fit best shown? This is just kind of knowing. It's a negative slope, so it's going to be negative, cannot be this or this. And our intercept is positive, so that's that. The point with coordinates, D4 is, where's the value of D? 4, it's probably, let's just look at this. 4 is Y, sorry. That's about 3 point something, so which one's about 3 point something? 7 times 20, I think it's going to be 3.7. The other one is, oh, it's going to be a little bit more involved than I thought. Or 27 or 8. Yeah, so these are all of our things here. I think I could just, oh my goodness, I need to like log in and just be able to do this without Desmos, to be honest. But I cannot conclude it right now. I'm gonna say that looks more like 3.4 if anything. So for now, I'm just gonna put 24/7 and mark it for review and come back. Okay. Quadratic function f to 2, which shows the value of x and the corresponding values of f of x. Which equation defines f? Cool. Okay, so this, we can just, honestly, I'm too lazy to do it. I know I'm too addicted to Desmos, but it gets me through. So if I didn't have Desmos for these, I'd be so cooked. Genuinely, like, I'd be so done for. So now we just plug in whichever one of these looks the best. Because I think actually solving this normally would be harder. It would take longer, so I don't want to do that. It's not that. Make this 5x squared plus x plus 14. Nope. 9x squared minus x plus 14. Nope. And then x squared plus 5x plus 14. Yep. It's this last one here. Okay, cool. I think the only way you can solve that is with Desmos, but I might be mistaken. And f of a equals 10, where a is constant. What's the value of a? Let's just, what I'm gonna do is help me visualize things. X plus 15 over 5. Well, that gives us that line. F of a equals 10, where a is constant. It means you plug in a for x, what is the value of a? So we need to make 5. Wow. What is the value of a? This, okay, no, this is easy. Where does x equal 10? 10. Oh, no, wait, where does y equal 10? Sorry. There you go. This should give us the answer. X is 35, 35. Yeah, that just makes sense because you're plugging in here and getting the y of 10. Right? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. We have to just use our knowledge of lines here. M and N are parallel. If x equals 6k, y equals that, what's the value of z? These are equal, so we can use them to essentially, we can't use decimals on this. I'm going to close this real quick. Move my keyboard and actually mark it for review. We're going to come back to this, but I think this is pretty easy. You set these equal to each other and then find what this angle is and you'll get z. So yeah, this shouldn't be too crazy if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this shouldn't be too crazy, but we're going to come back to you. Perpendicular lines, we can make this a y equals mx plus z equation real quick. So minus over the 18 divided by 2. Our slope is negative 18 divided by 2, negative 9. And since it's perpendicular, it's going to be opposite reciprocal. Opposite reciprocal of negative 9 is 1 over 9. Sample oak of density of sample is in the shape of a cube, where each edge has a length of 0.9 meters. To the nearest whole number was the mass in kilograms of this sample. Is it not just this number, or am I crazy? A sample of oak. Oh, what is the mass? Oh. Well, okay, so density is volume over mass, right? You know what? We don't need that. We can just. So each edge has a length of 0.9 meters. What's the surface area of this cube? 0.9 squared. That doesn't make sense. That's not how it works. Gosh. Why don't I know shapes anymore? Is there a reference sheet that I can look at this? Volume equals length times width times height. Length times width times height. Density, mass. Why don't I know my mass and density though? Sorry. I got distracted. Okay. Andesite kilograms per cubic meter. That's the density. Times it by the volume, and that is our mass. So we need to find the volume, first, which is length times width times height. If this is a cube, it's just your whatever. They don't need that. Right? So length times width, which is the same, times their height, which is the same, gives us that number, times 807 gives us that number. To the nearest whole number, which kind of explains that. We're good. All right, sorry, that took too long. Function P models population in thousands of a certain city T years after 2005. According to the model, the population is predicted to increase by n% every 18 months. What is the value of n? Let's just put some decimals. I know it's like kind of a running joke now, but actually this one is kind of. Wait. If it's predicted, it's just predicting it. Yeah, never mind. I don't need to do that. Just gotta look at the problem. That's how percentages work. Multiplying it by that amount of time. But that is a bit confusing, so I'm gonna mark it for review. I'm gonna come back. Given equation, k and n are constants. Equation has no solution. If the equation has no solution, then what was the law again? Yeah, I'm gonna come back to you because that looks really complicated. It's a crazy markup. Oh, what is the discount price of each remaining? Okay, so let's just 7 times, wait, it's 290% of 7, $20.3, $20.30, and then it's marked off 80% of the retail price, so 80% of 20.3, 16.24. Now I want to be careful with how I think about percentages here. Get shop buys souvenirs at a wholesale price of $7 each and resells them at a retail price at 209% of the wholesale price. Yeah, 80% off the retail price. I might want to think this differently. 1 minus 80% of 20.3. Nah, that doesn't make sense. So yeah, I think this is correct. I'm gonna bookmark this because it's a little confusing in its wording. The given equation C is a constant. The equation is normal solutions if C equals as above n. What is the least possible value of n? Sorry, n? Oh, okay. And the given equation C is a constant. So x, I get it. So the equation has no resolution is when x is equal to nothing, or x is equal to where the x's all cancel out, right? Actually, let's just try to do this with decimal. I don't think it's gonna work. Really quickly though, we're gonna do this before we move on to a new problem. Okay, sorry. Okay, so where does it have no real solutions is where it does not even show up on the graph. If C has to be greater than a certain number, can we just make this like a bajillion? And then where does it stop existing is the question. Let's try like 100. Still exists at 100, 1,000 still exists. Oh, it's just progressively. That's not gonna stop existing though. Okay, yeah, this is not Desmosable. We're gonna come back to you. Data set A consists of heights of 75 buildings, meaning 32 meters. Data set B consists of the height of 50 buildings, 60 meters. Data set C consists of the height. What's the mean in meters of data set C? So this is a kind of interesting one. I've never seen a problem like this before, I think, but I can try it out. So data set A consists of height of 75 buildings and has a mean of 32 meters. And this is equal to 70. Right, so the mean is x over 75 equals 32. So what is that value? 2400 is the sum of all the heights for that. Do the same for the other one. So x over 50 buildings gives you 62 meters. What is that value? 3100. So if we just do 2400 plus 3100 over, it's not 2 buildings, we need to add up to 50 and 75 to get us 125. 44 gonna be the mean, which honestly I don't think I need to do all that. I might have just been able to just low-key I could have just added up these means and then let me just try that out actually. Oh no, it gives you something different, so whatever. I think my way is right, so we'll keep it with my way. The expression 4x squared. Check this real quick. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's right. B is constant. Can be written as blank as that. Whoa. It's just solving this, isn't it? But you can't really do factoring without we're gonna come back to. I have a lot of review questions here that have not been answered, so we're actually kind of running out of time. If you think about it. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, so y equals negative 1.5. This has to be a parabola. This equation. This is a parabola, so let's just simply make our vertex C end up as the singular point A. Make this a constant. It's probably gonna be like, it's probably gonna be a decimal, honestly. Yeah, it's gonna be a decimal, which is annoying, but oh, that's annoying. All right, let's just set that equal to that, huh? Maybe that'll work out. X squared plus 8x plus a equals negative 1.5. Yep. Okay. Add the a over. Okay, I think I know what to do here. Let's isolate a. X squared plus 8x minus or add 15 equals negative a. So a equals negative x squared plus 8 or minus 8x minus 15. So now we have a isolated, and then we can yikes. So we just have to find the value of x now. So let's separately shoot. This is annoying. Yeah, because you can't factor this without. I'm gonna come back to this one too, honestly. This is looking pretty bad because 1, 2, 3. 6 questions I have to answer. This one I kind of guessed on. I think I might leave it as a guess. And this one, I don't really get what's going on here. But that's the percentage value that's going. Because every percent, every year or so. Every 18 months. Oh, shoot. Every 18 months. Not per year. Huh. So it's not 1.04. I think it might be 1.08, honestly. Increased by that percent. No, it has to be 6 because 18. Yeah, it's 6 because 12 months is a year and it goes up by 4% every year. So it has to be 6 because it's 18 months. I'm glad I got that. But I'm going to mark this off review because I got it. Let's just look at this now. Data plot. The plot point reserves 15 values. Data set A. Data set B is created by adding 56 each of the values in data set A. Which of the following correctly compares the median and the range data sets? Okay. Let's I'm not going to type this all out, so we're going to do divided by 15. We're going to actually type out the mean instead of using that mean function. Sorry. And then it's going to be 22 times parentheses plus parentheses plus parentheses plus parentheses plus parentheses 26, 25, 24, 23. I'm taking way too long on this, honestly. This is not looking good for the rest of the module, but fuck ball. Times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2, and then that's just times 1. That gives us a mean of that. Let's copy all of this and put it right here. You can't do that. This is right down 23.3333333. Ah, gosh, you did do those. Okay, so let's add my parentheses here. 22 plus 56. 23 plus 56. 24. Wait, hold on. if you're adding 56, your mean's gonna go up, but your median will also go up because you're adding just more. Am I crazy? Am I tweaking? Let's just run this through real quickly. I might be doing a stupid time waster here, but I just want to make sure that is correct. That is a higher mean, so the mean went up, which means the median definitely went up. Oh, we're not even doing mean. I'm so stupid. The median definitely goes up. The range should stay the same. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I wasted a lot of time there, but I'm pretty sure I got that one right. Hope I got that one right. Oh God. If that equals that, which function could define g? Which equation could define function g? So which of these essentially equals f of x plus 4, which is that plus 4, x plus 4, x plus 4 plus b, partial graph of y. Okay, why is this 6 coming out? I don't get where this 6 is coming from. I don't get why this 6 is coming out though. How much time do we have here? I'm a little confused on this one genuinely, so I'm gonna I'm actually gonna skip this one because I actually am a bit confused. If g of x equals 4, which equation my function g? It's just okay. It's just x plus 4 plus b. A over x plus 4 plus b. A over x plus 4 plus b. Oh my god. Y equals a over x plus 4 plus b. Add some sliders for this, doesn't really matter. Which one of these equal to that? Y equals 6 over x plus 4. 6 over x plus 8. 6 times x plus 4 over 4. Well, no, because that's just 6. So it's definitely not this one. If I could make a little bit of this, parentheses, does that change anything? No. No, this actually does mess up the graph. Okay, I'm wasting too much time. We might have to guess on that one because I generally don't know what to do. A and B are positive constants, part of the. There's so many A's and B's. I hate constants, dude. They really are ramping it up with constants. Products of the solution to the given equation is KAB. Product of the solutions to the given equation is K times A times B, where K is a constant. What is the value of K? What is this question, dog? I honestly don't know. I'm just trying to. Okay, I get it. K is not even in here, so 57 xb plus ax. No, we don't have to do that. I guess we don't do. This is factoring, I guess, but it's such a complicated factor. Oh god, I hate A's and B's, dude. So if K was 1, then this would also be a solution of the equation. But it's not, obviously, because it's in the equation, so it's not 1. If it was 57, then K times A times B. Dog, this is hard. This is difficult. Minus AB divided by that. Okay, I'm wasting too much time. We're gonna come back. Let's just literally plug this in because it is a circle. Desmos does support circles. I think I'm cooked, bro. I wasted so much time. This is what usually happens to me though. Just like what I need to fix, you know. Alright, let's just look at this and we can pretty much tell. So from -10, absolute value -10 is, gosh, 10.487. 7 plus how far it goes out here. Well, now that I think about it, this doesn't have to be the radius, does it? Are these the same? These are not the same. Oh, wait, no. Yikes. This is different than I thought it would be, yeah, because these are the max and mins, huh? Okay, that's the max and min. I don't need it. That's 1, so the radius is 0.5. Yeah. Or no. 9.5 down to 10.5. 9.5 plus 10.5. 20 divided by 2 is 10, so that's going to be our radius. Probably could have figured that out faster, but whatever. Two identical rectangles have height that the base of each prism is a square, and the surface area of each prism is KCM squared. The prisms are glued together along a square base. The resulting prism has the surface area of each square base. They have a height of 90. Base is square. Surface area is KCM. So let's just kind of write this out. If they're glued together on a square base, what does that mean? How exactly does that look? I don't get it. Whatever. The surface area of the two added up together, so they're identical. So 2, 92 over 47k cm. Bro, I'm actually done for. Look how many questions I haven't done. That one. See, they add these like pluses of like add them all. Oh gosh. AX squared plus BX plus C, because I generally don't have time to actually write this one out. I think I know how to do it, but I don't have time. Vertex is 9, 14. This affects this way. This affects, whoa, this one has to stay positive. Oh god, I don't think I can do this without Desmos. Or in Desmos. Honestly, I might do like the worst I've ever done on any test right now. This is gonna go down 14, that just makes sense. This is gonna stay at 1, I think. We just wanna have this be, let's make this 1. This 1, please. Dang it. Honestly, it's definitely gonna be, this is gonna be negative, so it's gonna be in the negatives, that's for sure. It's not gonna be this low, I think. It's not gonna be these two. I'm thinking it's gonna be around here. Just cause that's just kind of what it looks like to me. This is based off pure vibes. Yeah, I'm honestly gonna, oh wait, low key. Let's make this like -6 minus 5 is 13 minus, I'll just keep this at 1 because that seems like it's affecting it a lot. -9 minus 5 is 14. It's higher. No. Honestly, I think it's gonna be one of these two, and I'm guessing. I should get a guess on this because I just want to save time. Let's go back to this. No, I already did this one. I think this is honestly my best bet. It just looks like it's right. I know these are not to scale, but I'm running out of time here. I'm getting desperate. This one I can actually do, so let's actually do it. Oh man, my score is gonna be tanking because of this. So you're gonna see that this is definitely gonna be my worst section for sure. But let's just look at this. Let's set these equal to each other. So 6k plus 13 equals 8k minus 29, and we just solve for k to get an actual value for the angle, and then minus that by 90 or 180, sorry. So let's add the 29, 2, 3, 32, 6k plus 32 equals 8k minus the 8k, negative 2k equals negative 32, so 2k equals 32 divided by 2, k equals 16. So k equals 16, let's just plug it into that. 6 times 13, or 6 times 13 plus 13. That is our angle, 180 minus 91, 89. That's going to be the same because of the property, correct? Yes, yes, yes. So it's going to be, whoa, that's not the answer. It's not even there. Okay, that's not good. That's just how it works though, man. Crazy, because these angles right here are the same. This one compared to this one. Unless I did my math wrong, which I totally could have done my math wrong. I did my math wrong. It's 42. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is actually 42 divided by 2. Makes this 21. 139. 41. There you go. That makes sense. Okay. Cool. We got that one right. I hope. We have 4 minutes left to do all these problems. I'm not going to get around to these, so let's go to the multiple choice and just guess. Okay. I'm gonna say this one is not a whole number, simply because that'd be a really big solution, and you're dividing out stuff here. So I'm gonna say it is a fraction. I think I'm gonna say it's this fraction. I'm generally not sure though. This one. Put this in Desmos, and this is the only one that keeps the +4. So honestly, this one. That's what I'm gonna go with here. I think the idea is that you put the constants in, but we're gonna review all of this section heavily because it's gonna show how much I missed. So it's good that we get to review all this. This is a factoring problem. X and J are H, K, and which one of the following must be an integer? Must be an integer, which means it must be positive whole, or integers are whole numbers, yeah? H, B over H. Oh, I think, yeah, because if you're doing complete the square, I think it's B over H. And this doesn't make sense because I don't know why it's using an integer. I'm a gut feeling, I think it's B over H. Did I do this one? No, I did not. I don't want to leave any unanswered questions. This one, I'm low-key gonna just guess and say that, yikes, this is bad. This is my worst performance yet for sure. 9, because I have 2 minutes left. I don't really have time to actually think about this problem. This is unfortunate. This is pretty bad. In the given equation, K and N. I'm gonna get a bad score on this. Low-key, I'm probably gonna get like a 1400 flat, but that's okay because I haven't been doing this in a while. Equation has no solution. Yikes, I thought I would get around to this, but I did not end up getting around to these. C is a constant. Equation has normal solutions if C is above N. Let's just think about this. Negative, that would have to be, oh god. I generally don't know. It's not worth putting a guess in here because of the text box answers, so. Oh, come on, I can get this one right, come on. This is the one that you can't really use Desmos, but I'm just gonna guess and see if I can get an approximate answer. Just to spare me the points, dude, because this is gonna look really bad. It's gonna look pretty darn bad. Add slider. What was it on 14.434? More like 5. Wait, low key, is it actually just that? I have a minute to look at this. Oh, let's go. I got lucky. I got so lucky on that. Alright, let's check these one out. I think I can maybe get this one right if I just tinker around here. I remember I tried tinkering around, didn't really work out for me. Let's see if I can do it in 34 seconds. Yeah. Why is it doing that? 0. What? Let's just do Y. Where is it not have a solution? Oh, that's not a solution in a lot of places. Kind of looks like it's somewhere in the 200s range. Let's just type 200 in here before it ends. And then we're going to do a x equals 200. See if it ever passes that point. Doesn't look like it does. There it is. Kind of a poor performance in that. At least you're going to be disappointed. I know. I'm low-key cooked on section 2, bro. I know, they have a lot of constants. I know, I wasted a lot of time on typing that out because I didn't read the question. Let's check what our score is. It's going to give us it in the biggest. It's going to give us, oh, okay. And times by 8 or 7 inch. Oh, yeah, I did that. GG's wrong. I know I'm cooked. Oh, we're going to see. We're going to see what the score is. Whatever, I don't care. My practice, college4.org. Okay. It's going to ask me to sign in, I think, so I'm going to probably put my screen up for that so y'all can't see it. Well, I don't know why. Okay, let's see what I got, man. This could be bad. This could be decent. Why isn't it? My practice contract. Yeah, I gotta log in, so I'm gonna turn this off for a second while I type in my thing. Okay, I think it's loading. I haven't seen the score yet, actually, so I didn't spoil myself, but it's loading. Oh my god. Yo, I'm so cooked, bro. I'm so cooked. I think it's all that last section that killed me, bro. This is the worst score I've ever received. This is bad, yo. Oh, it's crazy, bro. 740 on English is kind of expected. This is not expected, bro. We need some help in math right now. We need to actually lock in on math because this is not good at all, bro. Let's look at this. Let's look at what we got wrong. Oh, no, this is not on it too. Hold on. Let's just see what we got wrong, all right? So, first of all, let's check that math section 1. This is reading and writing 1. So, looking pretty good there. I know this is math. Whoa, chill. So, English. Okay, 98 questions, 82, 16 incorrect answers, bro. All right, let's just look at all. So this is reading and writing, section 1. Only one question wrong. So actually, I'm gonna pull up you next to Streamlabs so I can read the chat. Put this right here. Man, okay, where's the? Can I just see the chat? There you go. That'll do. 770 reading and writing. Okay, that was a while ago though. Not at that right now. But so one question wrong in reading isn't terrible. Not bad. 2, 3 wrong here is not what I expected. Wanted better than that, to be honest. 3 wrong in there is kind of crazy. Here we actually got 3 wrong as well. So 21 I got wrong. No way was it 512s, bro. It was 512, bro. You're actually right, bro. What? How was A the sign? Alright, you said you sent me a video, right? Opposite over adjacent. I don't see how that could be wrong. Well, I don't know. Guess we'll just see. What did I do here? I got one of these wrong? Oh my god. That's actually crazy. I think I was just going too fast. It's actually B. Okay, I can see how that. I just should have looked at all the answers there. Dang, this is crazy. This is bad, yo. I might be. Look at this, bro. Look at this. Did I get the 14.5 right? I think I got the 14.5. Oh, that's cooked, bro. Yeah, you gotta show me that in school, yo. I actually need to study, bro. I'm actually kind of cooked. If I don't study, bro, I'm done for. See, what did I do? So let's just for now, I'm gonna look at this first module, see what I did wrong. Wow, I was off by one. This is what happens when you use Desmos and you're not accurate. Yikes. Yeah, that's not good. On God, what are these kids doing to get 1500 plus, bro? I don't know. It's actually low-key. It's like crazy, bro. I'm trying to get 1500 plus, bro. It's gonna be tough if this is what I'm getting, bro. This is how I'm doing on the practice. Imagine on the actual test. Oh God. But hopefully October 5 is like low-key easy or something. Maybe they just I did this one wrong. Oh, oh, I just messed it. I just generally messed it up. Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, does it make sense? Oh yeah, because I got it wrong. I thought minimum. I literally got the sign wrong, dude. Oh my God, I should have caught that. Yeah, I hope we're not cooked on October 5. Yeah, we need to pop off, bro. I need to lock in for math specifically because I already got a 740 on math on the previous one. I need to get a 740 on math on this one, bro. Like, yo, this is actually crazy. This is actually really bad. But it's good that we have a low starting point. Really, this one got wrong. Which one was it actually? B? Ah, God. I messed it up. I got these two switched up. Yeah, that's disappointing. Oh, buddy. Yeah, I was actually kind of close. I was in the ballpark for this one. Yeah, yeah. I'm actually studying every day this week, bro. I don't. After this, every day, bro. Every day. I'm not gonna unlock again, bro. What I get wrong here, honestly? This one I didn't think I would get wrong. You'll see, I had it right the first time, bro. I overthought it. No. These ones I just guess. I know I got those wrong. Anything I was surprising that I got wrong? No, most of these I knew I would get wrong, so that's at least kind of comforting. These ones I was pretty confident on. This one, I didn't think I would get wrong, to be honest. But yeah, this was a L. This is a humiliation. Um, pretty bad. But well, I mean, what can you do? We're gonna work through it. We're gonna study more because this is the first time I've done this in a while. So yeah, I'm gonna keep studying over the coming days, and then we'll see what how